getting the opportunity that you said, that guy has lucky because he got the opportunity with a lot. Nope, it doesn't exist. That guy was working his ass off more than you for several times, and you didn't realize because you were distracted.
That environment, that's like, I think, as if you're a high school kid, the easiest way to start is that, okay, how do I find myself a place with the most guys, not even coaches, you can start with guys that are who I want to be, right? Welcome back to the AOP podcast. My name is Art Salazar. I'm the CEO of AOP.
My name is Frederick Arias. I'm the pitching coordinator, performance coordinator of AOP.
And it's time to lock the fuck in. What do we got today?
Ooh. Guys, today we're going to present you guys my alter ego. Name it the Baseball Jesus Christ. I'm going to be preaching to the world to try to make you guys more aware of things that you don't think about it often that can really make an impact when it comes to become you an elite athlete. And today we're going to talk about life and being an athlete.
Okay. So everybody knows, what age group are we talking about? 14 plus?
Yeah.
18 plus?
Guys that overpass puberty.
Okay.
Guys that already have hairs into their balls.
Okay. All right. So let's say 14, 15 years old, potentially.
And right.
Okay. What do we got?
All right, guys. If you really decide to become an elite athlete, a professional athlete, college athlete, if you really decide to go play for a D1 and make a baseball career, if you really decide to go pro and get paid out of baseball, there's decision and things that goes with it that is going to determine the quality of your decision and the quality of the thing that you can put in favor to achieve that in one way or the other. Okay? For example, people that surround you, people that is next to you, friends, family, mentors. A lot of you guys, especially when you're young, you don't even know the importance behind having mentors in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Having that coach, having that dad, that uncle, anything that somehow is being in the path that you're trying to get into it and can advocate you on decision making points into your career. Can be out of high school, can be once you're in college. In any moment, there's going to be someone that you have to rely on, that you trust, and have been walking through the path that you're trying to walk in your career. For example, for me, I didn't even have a mentor in my life for so long until I actually become a coach, which is for me. Then everything I did through my career was pretty much on my own, and I was the one that I was deciding what to try or what to not try for the sake of get better or not for so long. That's probably one of the mistakes that I made in my young career. That yes, I literally tried everything that my coaches, my strength coaches, everything they were telling me to do to get better, and I became obsessed to do those things. Yeah. But none of those actually work. Probably was not the accurate tips.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was my decision. I did it on my own. I didn't have no one else that actually helped me, that actually told me, hey, this is what you're doing is something that for you is going to be beneficial. It's going to fix something for you or not. It was everything on my own. When I become a coach, I made this little circle of people that somehow they see some potential in me, and they took me to dinner a lot of nights to talk about how to be a good coach, how to approach player, how to handle situation, how to handle people, how to handle personalities, but at the same time, how to handle my life with the work, how to take care of my wife. Thing that I actually fucked it up, honestly. Yeah, that's another conversation. But you know, having these kind of people that they've been through your situation for years in the past and everything, that can give you a tips once in a while, that it might put another perspective into your tops,
Yeah. So something that I want to touch on that too is that what you're probably going to see a lot of though too is, I don't want to say false, but incorrect role models, incorrect people to lead you. And it could be someone, like you just said, someone that's been there, someone that's done it, someone that's dealt with others that did it, whatever. We could talk about high school first. But then it's like you start treading in those waters of like, hey, well, maybe this is counterproductive to what I want. And we see it all the time. And I mean, I could talk about stories and so can you, but getting right to the point about there needs to be like a filter, and it, like you said, it goes back to as a kid, it's just so hard, and all you can do is try to just find that, right? And then you got to hope that what you're doing is the right thing, but like, it's so hard, like, I don't think you're going to find malicious intent, more so just that there may be something better, or you might be blocking something else because you think this is the best, even though it may not be for you, and so how do you, what, in your opinion?
That nowadays this high school kid has an advantage of being involved, or have the opportunity to be involved in training environments like AOP, where they can find guys that plays at a college level, at a pro level, in many different levels that they're trying to get into those levels
Around them.
and they can be around. They can actually pay attention on how they go through their business in a daily basis, how they're stretched, how they prepare themselves, how they, warm up, how they lift, how they behave, put in the work on. This is a first step, actually, that as a high school kid, you should pay attention in the environment that you work in. Out of high school. The environment that you have in your life that is trying to get better, but at the same time you can see other athletes at the highest level into that environment, and you can realize yourself, like you can see yourself in the middle through their bodies, through their situation and perspective and all that.
I think today, tell me what you think, what I see, you're not really going to find elite guys not in environments like this. Right? I think that those days are gone. Like now this is the norm. For elite to develop, whether you're with, I mean, I'm thinking of shout out to our boy Tyler Kim and Cameron Kim, but he doesn't train 5,000 guys. I mean, he's getting busier now because he's showing how good he is at teaching hitting. But let's say when Cameron went to college, which was 2 years ago, let's say he had 10 guys, but the environment was there and Cameron grew up in that environment and all that. And so, okay, pivoting from that, whether you're with 50 guys or 5,000 guys or 300 guys or whatever it is, that environment, that's like, I think, as if you're a high school kid, the easiest way to start is that, okay, how do I find myself a place with the most guys, not even coaches, we could start with guys that are who I want to be, right? The level I want to go to, experience the events and all that, that I want to live.
And believe it or not, the environment a lot of times is everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. You can have the best plan in the entire world, but if the working environment is not help you to be critical, to put yourself, to try to get better every day, at least a little bit, probably you're not gonna get anything out of the best plan in the world.
So let's stop right there. This is why we believe that one-on-one does no benefit for you.
No.
Because at the end of the day, if you can be brushing shoulders with elite high school, elite college, pros, big leaguers, whatever it is, the environment is what's going to make you. You're never going to work as hard as you are with other people.
Yeah.
So fallacy, it's something that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to find a way to succeed, but I think it's a crutch, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but this is something that's so pivotal to a kid's development and being able to, learn, like we were just saying. Hey, this guy was an All-American and D1 commit day one of junior year, blah, 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 blah. I'm a freshman and I know I might be on that path. I'm going to try to attach myself to his hip to understand what does he do and what did he do to get himself to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're correct in that aspect. And now jumping into another very difficult topic, but it's so real when it comes to situations, the environment in that, and how easy it's gonna be for you as an athlete to, have facilities to do this, facility to have this in your life, family. How important is for you to recognize points, like positive points and negative points into your family? Ooh, that's a tough one, but it's the reality.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a kid. You have a raw talent. God give you the talent to maybe become a pro player one day, a baseball player. You decided that you want to give your all for the sake of that. But then people into your family is telling you every day, why you putting this so much energy in this? Why you trying to be this? Why you not spend more time into another things? Why you trying to do this? Why you that? People that a lot of the times, instead of like helping your life, they become toxic person into your life. And don't get me wrong, they're your family, but they don't really understand your decision. They don't really understand that the path that you choose to work through, it could be beneficial in any aspect in your life. It's gonna give you joy. It's gonna give you financial stability. It's gonna give you, that feeling that you're doing something that you love. And there's a lot of people that doesn't get that in life, that they're like, they were living their life on other people's decision. They don't have to make the brave to make their own decision. And a lot of the times these kind of people actually encourage you to do the same thing. And believe it or not, a lot of the times you find those persons into your family. Brothers, sisters, parents, uncle, aunts, grandparents. I mean, that's a tough conversation, but that's a reality.
But let me play the other side. Okay. If you're like a 15-year-old, elite top 150 prospect, and again, it's a very touchy subject, but just putting it out there that, let's say it's a sibling that's being X, Y, and Z that you said, toxic, not supportive, blah, 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 blah. Like, how do you How do you even deal with that?
It's not
like, I don't think there's an answer, but like,
yeah.
let's say with your experience in pro with those young kids signing at 16, 17 years old, like,
You gotta somehow how to you gotta learn how to mind your own business.
yeah,
You gotta learn, and that is when a lot of the times have a mentor in your life, a coach, uh, a psychology or mental performance person, whatever, that can help you making decision to deal with that situation.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be your family as always, and you have to be part of a group as a human being. You have to be part of a family, and you want to be because you love that. Everyone's love that, but at the same time, you have to learn how to separate that part from your business part.
yeah,
Learn how to make your own decision when it comes to, go to bed time,
yeah,
no go to party, eat this kind of food. I need to wake up early to, get my workout done, blah, blah, blah. And not like get contagious and embrace culture that inside of you is not going to take you to the place that you want to be.
yeah,
You got to separate yourself in little decisions. Even with that, you can have someone telling you something every day, and it's hard. It's hard to say. It's easy to say, hard to accomplish.
yeah,
But you got to learn. You better learn how to listen and ignore at the same time. You know?
yeah. So I'm like listening to you and thinking, I would say if I wanted to give someone advice, the best place to start is communicate.
Yeah.
I can remember for myself being in college, and for me at that point, I needed someone to talk to. And so I went to our head coach, Eric Full. Shout out to Eric Full at UCI. Was able to communicate what I was going through privately. And then from there, built a relationship to be able to communicate more. And before I knew it, I felt better, blah, 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 blah. So communicate. That's the best place to start. You don't know what you're going to find with a conversation, but don't feel like you need to handle it, all by yourself. I want to pivot though. I want to go back to a point. So another hard one that, so you're saying about family, you said about partying. So what you find more times than not, and we can both give experience on this, is as you start climbing the ladder of whether it's success, popularity, the what would you say, the talent level.
Let's talk about women, guys.
No, but hold on.
Ladies.
Hold on. Okay. So partying, but what was the other? Oh yeah, partying, and then the energy vampires. I don't know who said that term. It's someone that we'll figure it out. I'm gonna put it in the bottom, but that come with that, and then girls being one of them, especially in high school, in college too. Let's be real. When you're a big dog, that's just the life that you're going to live.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this and you have D1 commit in your bio, these kids, that's what they live for now. And like when we were playing, social media wasn't as crazy as it is now. But what comes with that? A lot of outside noise. You said like you had something to say, so go ahead.
No, a lot of outside noise. Okay. Let's be real. Guys, how many of your girlfriends really understand what it takes to get better? What it takes to wake up early every day and run X amount of miles? What it takes every day to say no to eat I don't know, 7 pancakes and a breakfast burrito for breakfast, and just say no to that and say, you know what, I'm gonna prepare my 4 eggs with avocado, with oatmeal, blah blah blah, because I need to eat healthy. They don't really understand what it takes to say no to go on a date on a club
The night before.
the night before your game, or 2 nights before your game. Because there's a lot of guys, like that was my case. If I go party one night, I need 2 days of recovery to being able to be alive again.
Oh
but
my God.
and it's just a reality. And I'm not saying that as an athlete you shouldn't go on dates, you shouldn't go on parties, you shouldn't go do this and that. You should live. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But what is the fine line between living and hurt yourself into your living life?
Yeah, I mean, so we got to talk about two sides, though. So we talk about the kid that has a girlfriend
Yeah.
that's a junior, that they're all in love and, oh, lovey-dovey, and she's the one for me. But then we see that she wants to go shopping.
She wants to be on the phone with him.
Yeah.
So, or 7.
These are opinionated, gathered facts. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
This is what we see. Having lived this, disclaimer, like if you're going to get butthurt about this, just turn off the video. But I mean, 8 out of 10, I mean, I don't know what the number is. If I had to guess of guys that are with girlfriends right now, that you guys don't last. But instead, you're going to prioritize, oh, well, she's mad at me that we don't spend time together, so I can't come train tonight. What? Like, are you dumb?
Yeah.
You have to be dumb. And I get it. Like, R-rated, the first time that you go and have, what? Of course, you're going to be all in love, and she's going to be all in love with you and whatever. But again, how bad do you want to be great? You said you wanted to commit to being D1 or being a professional or whatever, and you've acknowledged this. These are the things that starts becoming an energy vampire. And sure, there may be 10, 15% where they do get it. Maybe they're going to play a D1 sport. Maybe they have a brother that's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare cases. But like I always say, exceptions don't disprove the rule. Exceptions don't disprove the rule. More times than not, these situations are only hurting you. And it's things that just need to be discussed. It doesn't mean you need to break up with her tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you should be single, which is what we'll pivot to next, and just go and do whatever you want. If you like her and it's, great, but just make sure that you said you committed to this, so stay committed to it.
Yeah.
Don't, because it's Friday night and you guys haven't gone on a date in 7 days, that you guys need to go to the movies and watch an 11 p.m. movie when you know you need to start tomorrow at noon, and there might be 15 scouts there and you're not going to sleep because your girl said you guys haven't hung out in 7 days. Things like this that you think don't matter, and because sure, you're 17 years old and you have the testosterone through the roof, that you're going to wake up and probably recover, but you're not. I mean, you're missing out on a little bit, and the little bit could be here or it could be 10 times that, and so it's just something that it's tough, and go ahead.
And believe it or not, like distractions actually, they reduce the time of everything.
Yeah.
Let's say that you were supposed to go to bed at 10, but you spend 1 hour more than you're supposed to with, texting with your girl, let's say. Texting with your girlfriend, whatever. And instead of being sleeping at 11, then you're going to be sleeping at past midnight, 1 p.m., 1 a.m. And then after that, you wake up feeling like shit the other day, and then probably that energy and that lack of recovery is gonna affect how the next day is gonna be, and then you're gonna make, probably your brain is not gonna work the same way, and then you're gonna make another bad decision. Then you're not gonna be able to think clearly, to function really well. There's gonna be so many things that can actually get get fought by 1 hour
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
into a distraction. Name it in the way that you want to name it.
Yeah.
But however you want to name it, it is a distraction. And
so let me throw another one at you. That let's say you're listening and you're like, well, I have a girl, but none of those things apply. Okay. I'm going to throw one that I think probably applies to everybody. The mental energy that you waste arguing over text or in person or whatever over the dumbest stuff in the world. Think about the times that we could just say the kids that have come in here, that they come in here and we can tell that they've been arguing with their girl. Like, buddy, you're like 16 years old. What are you guys arguing about? What are you arguing about? That you didn't buy her flowers? That what? You didn't spend enough money? Like, what is so serious that you come into your training environment? And I want to say his name, but I'm not. He's committed to a school. He's my guy.
yeah,
So I don't know when he hears
yeah,
this.
but like,
It's just,
but at the end of the day, we gotta understand that we can say that 100 times it's gonna happen because it's just a moment.
of course. And listen, it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And it's like full circle that you can't not live with women. They are who we need. It's the opposite, yin to yang, all of that. But it's just understanding that when you have this special opportunity, every little decision, every ounce of energy you put and allocate anywhere other than your process is potentially going to hinder the possibility you have to take it 1, 2, 3, 10 steps forward. And so understanding that every moment that you're having to deal with something, is this or is this not benefiting me going forward? That's it.
And like with this topic and with this conversation, we're not saying that have all that is bad. We're saying that you need to understand that might be a distraction.
Yeah.
And distraction is not gonna let you see the guy that is next to you putting the work in for the sake of his career, and then that guy, months, weeks, years after, you're gonna see that guy winning something that you were wishing you can win, getting the contract that you were trying to reach, getting the opportunity that you said, that guy has lucky because he got the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't exist. That guy was working his ass off more than you for several times, and you didn't realize because you were distracted. And the reality is, that's something that that's something that you cannot avoid. There's always someone working harder than you.
Always.
There's always someone working harder than you. But how many people will work better, harder, smarter than you is going to be determined by how many distractions do you have into your life.
Yeah. And so something that I always think about when these discussions come up, and it doesn't mean that this is the only way to do it, but it's just interesting to discuss. Derek Jeter never got married. Why? He says it himself in his documentary. I could not put 100% into my craft, into being a professional, into being the best, and into a woman. Why is that? Well, because that's just that's the fact. And so it doesn't mean that you can't be married and can't have a family and all of that. You could do it however you want. There's no problem with that. You do what you need to do. It is what it is. There's plenty of elite guys that are married and no problem. We're just talking about one case. But it's interesting, because, okay, they make jokes about his dating lineup and the field or whatever. It doesn't matter. But he's putting in that simple case that energy. I want to be a 5-time World Series champion, or do I want to be married and have a family? And now he's married and has a family, which is beautiful and amazing and awesome for him. But he knew that to actually legitimately put 100%, where he's not missing days, where he's not cutting corners, where he's not solely focused on being a Yankee and being a winner, he has to just focus on that. And everything has to come second. And that's why he did that. And so I just think that's interesting. Food for thought for you, whatever age you are that's listening, that, hey, I need to be mindful of these kinds of things, decisions I make. You know, pivot back to the parting part now.
All right. And now, well, partying, getting on a lot of tough nights. There's like a lot of decision that happens in these scenarios that can make your life, your career, trash. Okay. Drinking and driving. A lot of the guys drink and drive at the same time. Regardless if you're a Latin American guy or if you're an American guy. One time, it could not be you, but it can be your friend that you're going with. It can be your girlfriend that is drinking and driving. And just 1 second can end everything in that aspect. So, first tip, make sure that you don't drink and drive, or the person that is driving is not drinking, because you're going to be in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Second, fighting. Fighting because everyone is drunk, everyone's being stupid, blah, blah, blah. Everything's hot. Shit happens, fighting, blah. Broken shoulder, broken ankle, broken knee, broken elbow, broken finger. Gone.
I'm like thinking right now, like,
Gone.
I remember there was a time a kid got in a fight and he threw a punch and dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
I think he was out for a year. Yeah.
And we're not putting the worst scenario that can happen when that shit happens. And that when this scenario actually occurs, there's something worse that can happen. But
Yeah.
that's fine. A lot of the times, person that surrounds you makes you think that you are better than you are.
Yep.
A lot of the times, people that surround you, they don't have the balls to tell you the truth on your face. To tell you, hey, you're not as good as you think. You don't do this well. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. Because they don't think about that.
Mm-hmm. Same at the moment.
It's not their business. Let's say you're a professional. You have X amount of money. They're just trying to live your money. They're just trying to live your fame. They're just trying to live your moment. In reality, they don't care about you. They care about the stuff that they get offered out of you. That's the only thing that they care about.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And you need to understand that so you can make better decisions. And that's it.
Yeah.
To understand that if you have someone that see you doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and that person never grab you and stop you, or at least tell you, okay, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be here, whatever. That person never will do that and never will try to help you when shit hit the fence.
Mm-hmm.
When the shit hit the fence, those kind of person will never be there.
Yeah. And like, let's talk about personal experiences now. You know, like I look back, I mean, I could start with high school. In high school, and this kind of ties full circle, I had some, I always remember one, it was like end of high school, more so college, so let's say college, where now I see he was trying to get me to give more. He was trying to put me in a better environment where I was around some, you know, just leave it at that, big dogs, and I was the only one, you know, and idiot. I was dumb. And I was prioritizing other things. And then let's just say as I got older, then, you know, start partying more. Then I turned 21 and can actually go out, and I'm like starting to improve in baseball, and now pro is starting to become real. And then I did actually get the pro look for Mexico while I was still in college. And so I felt like the guy, and, you know, going out and partying more, and I could recover and I could do whatever and blah, blah, blah. And for what? Because the moment was cool. And I mean, I'm not going to blame it on the people I was around. I don't think it was their fault. And I'm not going to say that I was the leader, but it's just, you get lost in the moment.
Yeah,
You get lost in the moment, and having and this ties back into how difficult it is to be elite, that how many times you can think where you get lost in the moment, because it's cool to be partying. It's cool to post with your friends at that party or that bar or whatever, or, you know, just the unlimited, you know, circumstances that exist as you climb the ladder of baseball, that what comes with it outside of it, where, you know, maybe it would have been different. Maybe I wouldn't have got hurt if I wasn't partying so much. You know,
maybe
in college, in my arm, maybe would. I don't know. You know, probably not.
But that's at the end of the day, that's when the importance behind having mentors, people in your circle that can be critical with you, that can tell you the truth, that can prevent you to get lost in the moment.
Yeah.
Tell
me about one.
I haven't met a single elite athlete that doesn't have that into his life. You can call it family, you can call it coach, you can call it advisors, mentors, anything. In reality, they usually have a combination of family and a coach, a combination of family and a good advisor, a good agent, a combination with a good coach, with a good agent, blah, blah, blah. They usually have a combination of both. So the guy, they're always like being exposed of that reality moment.
Yeah.
In every phase of their life and careers, even when the things go too high, and even when the things are not going as high as it's supposed to. They have people that can see reality, and that can calm him down or can rise up his autoesteem at times. Because at times you need people that can see the reality, so you can see yourself in the middle, and at times say, you know what, I'm not as bad as I might feeling right now. There's a lot of times that we're feeling that you are doing terrible or something, when you're not doing that terrible. But you need to be able to find someone that can tell you, hey, the situation is not as bad as you think. You're doing this right, you're doing this right. So you might pick it up the situation, seeing what you could do right, what you're doing right, and try to do that more often.
Yeah.
Or rely on that, and then try to improve the rest step by step.
Yeah.
And the opposite. There's a lot of times that you're doing a lot of the things right, but you're not seeing it. But a lot of the things wrong, but you're not seeing it, and then you just got into this loop of bad decision, blah, 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 and then it's not gonna end up in something good for you at the end.
Yeah. Tell me about like anything that stands out to you from your career, your personal.
In my career, there's like I told you,
playing. Let's say playing.
Playing, like I told you, honestly, I made a mistake of being by myself.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Not mentors. I don't have someone.
That was ego?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was too smart, probably, or
the environment.
I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can understand that I made that mistake.
Yeah.
To be by my own, and I didn't have to. The good things about this, I have a good family behind me, and my family, they were always being critical with me on my life, and they help me to take good decisions all the time, outside from baseball. But they don't know the baseball side actually. So on the baseball side, I was by myself and everything. But like I told you, that in my career, a lot of the times the factors, the moments that define guy's career is those little decision outside of baseball. A little moment that you couldn't say no. A little moment that you should be thinking for a moment and, take another route in this X decision, and then you take this route and ended up, in something not helpful for you, blah, 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 and vice versa. Like I told you, I haven't met a single elite athlete that doesn't combine at least two good environment factors into their life. Family, coach, family, agent, coach, mentors, financial advisors. There's a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
But you need to find the person that really take care of you. That is the point. Find someone that really cares about you.
Yeah. That's tough.
Find that person that really cares about who you are outside of your fame, outside of your money, outside of your sport.
Yeah. That's tough.
Which is tough.
It's hard. I mean,
but if you're really open to communicate, if you're really open to find that, there's always one person around. And we're talking about girlfriends. I make cases that at times it's that person.
they're the one-off.
At times it's that person.
Yeah.
So just find that out.
At times, though.
Yeah, at times.
I
Yeah.
use this as a crutch.
Yeah.
But
there's times.
yeah, every situation is different. You got to analyze each, but it just goes to show, though, like how we could probably talk about this for 12 hours, honestly, the difficulty of being able to navigate what is the world now, and like it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any easier. I mean, Soto just got $775 million.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a couple years away from seeing $1 billion, honestly. It could be 5, 10, 15, but it's in reach, and with that is going to come what? More expectations.
More expectations.
More social media, more, pressure, more. I mean, it's incredible. You hear A-Rod talk about when he was getting paid and all that why he took steroids, the pressure was just out of this. I mean, the guy was already the best. As a rookie, he was the best. And he still felt the pressure that I got to go take steroids to go and make sure I maintain the level of what they're paying this record deal. And I know, hopefully Soto doesn't feel that, but the pressure's there. But like you said, Soto's probably got a circle of 30 people around him, that he's in the middle and he has a barrier around him.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Yeah.
Because when he goes up to the stadium, he's just there to worry about hitting, not about his money, his food, his car, blah, 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 every scenario in the books. And so use that as your example, and everything in baby steps.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The baseball Jesus Christ
Has closed
for today.
Thank you guys for listening to the AOP podcast. If you're still here, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we look forward to talking with you guys soon.
All right. Take care.